Drake has a brand new album dropping this week. Meanwhile, Bobbi Althoff is plotting a scandalous scheme to cash in on the hype. Yes, Drake's new album For All the Dogs seems like it is heading for a release date this Friday, and there has been a lot of discussion within the community about what exactly we should be expecting from this album, from this release from Drake. Earlier on in the week, however, Drake posted this on his Instagram, which is the official confirmed artwork cover for this album, which was drawn by Drake's son Adonis for the album cover. Now, I actually think this is pretty cool, and it's definitely a better job than I would be able to do for this drawing of this cover. But yeah, this album roll has been pretty low key so far, even though it is a Drake album. Not much has been confirmed, and there has not been any singles dropped, so fans are quite excited to hear how this album is going to sound. Will we get another house album from Drake, or will we see something similar to his freestyle with Central C, or his feature on Utopia where he is just barring out over some stripped back production? It seems like the title For All the Dogs is suggesting this album might be a bit more raw and grimy from Drake. I definitely do not expect that this will be another house album, however with Drake, you never know. Especially with the amount of time that Drake has been spending with 21 Savage this past year, it definitely seems like his influence has rubbed off a bit onto Drake. As for expected features for this album, I definitely think it's a safe bet that we will get a 21 Savage feature along with a Travis Scott feature if Drake traded verses for his verse on Meltdown for Travis's album. I think that would make a lot of sense. Another feature that I think is very plausible for this album could be a Lil Yachty feature, as it seems like from the outside these two guys are getting closer and closer as friends, which I think is awesome to see. Central C is another feature which could be entirely possible, especially because of his freestyle, and we know he's been hanging about with Drake quite a bit. Also, another feature that I would like to see would be an Adonis feature himself. I mean, he did draw the cover after all, and I think he deserves his own track on the album. What do I not want to see from this album from Drake? Well, me personally, I do not want to see an album full of subliminal and sneak disses towards Pharrell and Push on this album. If Drake is going to diss someone on his album, it definitely cannot be something under the radar or subliminal like he usually does. It has to be something direct, especially for an album titled For All the Dogs. It just makes you look a bit weak and helpless. As for the book that Drake released at the beginning of this summer, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to tie into the album itself. I doubt there will be much correlation, but if there is, I'll keep you updated and I'll let you know. And now we're moving on to Drake's most recent controversy, if you can even call it that, involving Bobbi Althoff, who recently came out of the blue and interviewed Drake on her podcast. Now, a lot of people were calling Bobbi an industry plant, as it seems like she went from a casual TikToker to an overnight sensation when she recently just started getting interviews with the likes of Drake and Lil Yachty overnight, it seems like, on her really good podcast. Now, after Bobbi's extremely boring and uninteresting interview with Drake, there was literally just an hour of them sitting in a hotel bed pretending to be interested in a conversation. Bobbi deleted the interview off of social media, as well as unfollowing Drake from social media and leaking DMs between her and her agents, which was just all a bit odd and sudden. In my opinion, however, this all just seems like a stunt for some more clicks and views on Bobbi's channel while she has her 5 minutes of fame. Unfollowing Drake and deleting the interview is likely just a stunt for some clout, and it's nothing more than that probably. Anyways, this has been episode 5 of Pocket Talk. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have, make sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button down below, as I am trying to make it to 10 subscribers by the end of the year. Another benefit of subscribing to me is that you will receive the best rap related content on YouTube straight to your feed. So if you think about it like that, you're really just doing yourself a favour by supporting me. Anyways, I have been Mink. This has been episode 5 of Pocket Talk. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.